This case starts like many others, but don't let that fool you. Jessica Lee Johnson is facing a serious felony charge tied to possession of a controlled substance. And what unfolds inside this courtroom is more than just a play. It's a deep dive into accountability, parenting, and repeated second chances. With deferred adjudication on the table, everything hinges on her honesty, her compliance, and her willingness to change. But here's the real question: getting opportunities. At what point does the court decide enough is enough? Stay locked in, because this one takes a dramatic turn you won't see coming.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 7243, State of Texas versus Jessica Lee Johnson. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Leo Gonzalez.
And are you Ms. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No.
Any objection from the defense?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Hunter, Ms. Johnson, I'm showing you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and that you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Next, Ms. Johnson, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceeding on count two, possession, judge waiving the remaining count.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
I'm here to have some fun, but if you can get through my friends, I'll be gone.
All right, Ms. Johnson, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, off the record for a moment. Mr. Edward Garza is going to go to breakout room number 3 to confer with someone on his case. And Vincent Callahan will talk to you about your case. My understanding, there is no agreement. All right, we're back on the record. Ms. Johnson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Is she a U.S. citizen? Because the document I have states she is not a U.S. citizen.
She is, Your Honor. When she clicked the drop-down menu, it might have accidentally slipped to the bottom one, but she is a U.S. citizen.
All right, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 2. They're asking that your fine be assessed at $1,500. The state is recommending deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2021 CR 6153, County Court Cause number 643002, $114 for laboratory testing and restitution, no contact with Home Depot, and cause number 643002. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
That is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense at count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Right.
No, my question is, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No content.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
State for State's Exhibit 1 and attachments, Judge.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Johnson, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. Do you need to have a Kleenex? I mean, if you need a Kleenex, please take one.
Yes, ma'am. Tracy, go get your tissue, baby.
All right, we're back on the record. After reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor. Just briefly, Your Honor, just that she understands the issues that are involved in this case. She's working to take care of those issues and take care of her children and stay clear to make sure that she's there for her kids.
All right, who is, Ms. Johnson, who is Ray Hernandez Jr.?
He was just an associate or a friend of a friend that was riding with me that night.
So you're saying you just pick up somebody random?
No, it was one of my friends. I had met him through a different friend that night, but I have not seen him since the night of the arrest.
Okay, so let's stop playing like we don't know who the people are who are in vehicles with us. Let's not do this friend of a friend or a cousin twice removed.
No, I literally had met him through somebody else. and we have not had contact since that night.
How old are your children?
My oldest is gonna be 17. My youngest is 5.
So you're saying you only have 2 children?
No, I said my oldest is 17. My youngest is
Now,
gonna
my
be 5. I
question
have a
is,
total
how
of
many
6.
children do you have?
I
That
have
was
a
my
total of
question
6.
of you. I'm sorry?
I have a total of 6.
What are their ages?
Sit down. 5, 6, 8, 11, 12, and 17.
And how old are you?
I'm 34.
Where do you work?
Right now, I'm delivering for DoorDash. I was working as a Whataburger, as the lead manager in training for GM at Whataburger.
Has Child Protective Services been in your life?
Have like with me and my kids, or as far as when I was a child?
With you and your children?
I've had them one time before, when I had tested positive for marijuana at the beginning of a pregnancy.
Okay, and if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Just
And
the
before you
marijuana.
answer, let me let you know, you can be drug tested today. So it's
Yes, ma'am.
best that we meet on a level of honesty. So
Yes.
if you're drug tested today, what are you going to be positive for?
Marijuana, but I quit about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So it should be like light traces, or it won't be strong.
And what other drugs have you used?
In the past, methamphetamines.
When's the last time you used meth?
It's been several weeks on anything else.
My question is, when's the last time you used meth?
So several weeks. So probably about 2 to 3 weeks. And on that, it wasn't an everyday thing, it was occasional use. Marijuana has always been my drug of choice.
So where were your children when you're using marijuana and occasionally meth?
With my mother.
So you're telling me in order to use marijuana and meth, you drop your children off with your mother and then go do marijuana or meth?
My mother lives with me.
So now your mother is becoming the mother of your children because you want to use marijuana and meth.
Well, she lives with me just these past couple years that she just moved in, yes.
So what you're telling me again is that your mom becomes a mother to your children. So while you go off and use marijuana and meth, that's what I'm hearing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine, probated. Take in consideration 2021 CR 6153, County Court Cause number 643002. There's to be no contact with Ray Hernandez. No contact with Home Depot. Parenting classes. Random field visits 3 times per month, because someone is now going to have to look out for your children because you're not doing a good job. $150 hours community service restitution. I'll waive 40 hours if you complete the COVID exam. Whether or not you take the exam is completely up to you. I'm not forcing anyone to do it, but if you do it and you provide proof, the court will waive 40 hours.
They're fine. Why are you listening?
There's going to be excuse me, Ms. Johnson.
You're fine.
Ms. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
do you want to turn this Wednesday into Monday by being required to appear in court?
No, ma'am.
Then you need to focus on this, because if you're in the courtroom, your children would not be in this courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be a UA today. There's going to be weekly Zoom reporting until further notice. outpatient treatment with probation. We're going to do the UA hotline for her. And Rebecca, have her referred to felony drug court. Rebecca, is there anything else that you need?
No, ma'am.
Anything else you need from me, Ms. Johnson, in order to be successful in this probation?
No, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Johnson?
I'm sorry, Judge. You
Yes.
forgot proof of employment?
Thank you. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days, and there should be no employment as a home health care provider or anything involving minors. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Johnson, you're going to have to do better. There's something in this world that's going on that's called COVID. I know some people don't believe it exists, but each time you go out to do marijuana with friends or do meth with friends, you're bringing back COVID potentially to your children. And if you care about your children, you wouldn't do that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The court is going to call 2021 CR 7243, State of Texas versus Jessica Lee Johnson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
For the
Dan
defense?
Rodriguez on behalf of Jessica Johnson.
And are you Ms. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. The court will note for the record that the defendant is in the courtroom. Any objections with us proceeding by video? State?
None from the state.
Defense?
No.
Ms. Johnson, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jessica Lee Johnson who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 7243 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on September 8, 2021 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Judge. Violated condition number 2, on or about the 6th day of December 2021 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Jessica Lee Johnson, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State?
We'd waive the remaining conditions, Judge.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Johnson, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge. We have an agreed recommendation that we'd ask the court to follow. On this particular case, Judge, we'd ask that you deny the motion to adjudicate against Ms. Johnson and to alter and amend her conditions to include a couple of new conditions, one of them being the MRT or the Moral Recognition Therapy course. In addition, we'd ask that you add weekly UAs for 90 days with a disclaimer that if Ms. Johnson misses or tests positive on any of those tests, that we
I'm sorry, you're muted. That was me. I did that by accident. I was letting someone zoom in.
Oh, it's okay.
All right.
How far was I along? Did I say the MRT thing, Brenna?
Yes,
Yes,
MRT
90
and weekly UAs.
90 days, and if she misses those tests.
Correct. Yeah. So 90 days of weekly UAs, Judge, and just with the disclaimer that we would file an MTR if she misses or tests positive on any of those tests. In addition, there's a parenting course that we'd like you to order her to start that up within 2 weeks. And finally, Judge, we just would like you to admonish Ms. Johnson. She's picked up 2 MTRs in the very beginning of her deferred. She's just started out. She's had some personal issues in her life. However, we just wanted you to make sure that she's admonished of the seriousness of the deferred that she's on, and that she needs to be doing her conditions, going to her tests, and also complying with CPS, which was an order that you had given her that I think she had some trouble with initially, and just to stress the importance of that condition.
All right, is that the agreement, Mr. Rodriguez?
Your Honor, everything sounds correct. The only thing I recall is our discussion was your analysis weekly for the first 60 days. Other than that, everything sounds correct.
I'm okay with Judge. I'm okay with that. I thought 90, but 60, nonetheless, just her going to them.
Your decision, Judge.
All right. Ms. Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
you're doing a UA today. What are the results going to be?
Good. I'm clean.
I'm sorry, what?
They're good. I'll be clean.
All right, because here's the thing. Now's the time to be honest with me, because I am going to make you do a UA today. And if you don't do that UA today, I'm going to have a motion to revoke file, and we'll be having a discussion while you're at the Bexar County Jail.
Okay.
So what are the results going to be?
They'll be good.
What does that mean? They'll be good.
They'll be clean.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? You
Yes, ma'am.
solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. When's the last time you used?
In the very beginning, when I first was on probation.
Why are you not going to your UAs?
I actually did go, and they were just not, they said it wasn't incomplete, like it wasn't a full enough sample for them to use.
Why are you not giving full samples?
I just didn't have to pee when I went that time. And it was when I first was on probation. It was my first time. I was not aware at that time that I could go back in and review it.
Okay, here's the thing. You're not here for when you were first placed on probation. You're here for violations that have happened recently. That's what we're here. We're not talking about when you were first placed on probation. We're talking right now. So why have you not been going to your UAs?
I haven't been sent, ma'am, since I was released. Like the ones that they're talking about are from when I got out the last time.
All right, you're going to do a UA today.
Right.
And do you know if you violate your probation, do you know how much time you're looking at potentially in prison?
Up to 20.
And I had previously ordered parenting classes, and I'm assuming your children are not with you.
No, ma'am. I was told to wait here by the last probation officer. She didn't clear me to go back yet. I know you originally did when we were in court.
No, my question is, where are your children?
They're still with my mother at the same address.
Okay, so
In
basically
Elmwood.
what seems to be happening with you, and I've done child protective services cases a lot,
Mhm.
you're half-stepping. You're not doing what you need to do because your mother is your backup plan, and your mother is taking care of your children and you are not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's not an okay to it. That's what's happening. You haven't done your parenting classes. Have you started your parenting classes?
No, ma'am.
And you've been on probation since
September.
And you haven't started your parenting classes. And you need to do your parenting classes in order to get custody of your children back. So either you don't care about your children, or either you think that your mother is going to be taking care of your children and you're just going to step in after they terminate your parental rights. Are you paying child support?
No, ma'am.
So your mom is taking care of your children that she didn't birth into this world, and you're not paying child support. Are you working?
I'm sorry, what was the last part of it?
Are you working?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing a part-time Uber, and I've been taking care of my father here lately. I'm trying to get him to put on some weight so that I can get him in for his surgery, but I do work and I do send them groceries from here.
Your children need more than groceries.
Right.
Did you eat today?
Yes, ma'am.
See, here's the thing that people don't realize. Children need to eat. You can't just have children and put them on, at Travis Park and tell them go forth and raise themselves. Every bit that they have has to come from their parents, their clothing, their food. Whenever you sit down to eat, you need to be wondering, what is my child eating?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to get on board with all of this. If you don't, you can end up going to prison. On the CPS side, I think you've already calculated and just determined, well, even if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, they're with my mom, they'll terminate my rights. Children will end up with my mom. The taxpayers will end up paying a portion to her because she's taking care of your children and you're free on the hook. And maybe you can come in and be the sunny delight mom, where you just come in and be happy with them and then give them back to your mom. But we're not going to have that here. You're going to do the MRT. I'll deny the motion. And MRT is basically a course which something you should have learned in primary school. Basically, that's doing what's right and following through on what you said you were going to do. I'm going to do the UA hotline, and the UA hotline is going to be until further notice. Don't miss calling that line. Sometimes you're going to call it, they're going to say, come in and do a UA. Sometimes you call it, they may not say, do a UA. You're going to do parenting classes, and you are enrolling within 7 days in that parenting class. There's going to be CPS compliance. And I'm going to want field visits. Three times per month, random. Proof of employment within 7 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Are you receiving any money for taking care of your father?
No, ma'am.
So the government is not paying for that at all?
No. He's mentioned to me before, about it, but I've never actually, did the paperwork for it or anything like that.
Don't do the paperwork because the court doesn't allow that. Do you understand?
Right. Yes, ma'am.
You're going to do a UA today?
Okay.
By 1:30 p.m. Is there anything else that you need from the court in order to actually work your probation?
No, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else that Ms. Johnson needs?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room. Get the UA done today. Ms. Reyes, if that UA is not done today, file a motion to revoke.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor,
All right.
just so I'm clear, is that UA going to be done here or at the normal place where they send people for UAs?
Probation will instruct you. Usually when we're in person, I'm able to get someone to come down and do it today. But
Okay.
probation will instruct you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2021 CR 7243, State of Texas versus Jessica Lee Johnson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hey, for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
John Robertson from Ms. Johnson.
All right, and are you Jessica Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. First, state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. And second, state's motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jessica Lee Johnson, who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 7243 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on September 8, 2021 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Ma'am.
All right, state.
This is on the first motion, Judge. Violated condition number 2, on or about the 6th day of February. Violated condition number 4, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Jessica Lee Johnson, did the defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of April, May, November, December 2022, and January 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And then Judge, this is on the second state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter. Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Jessica Lee Johnson, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March, April, May, June, July, and August 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
And Your Honor, we waived and abandoned the other violations alleged in the motions.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 4 and 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 4 and 4?
Yes.
Court will find violations 4 and 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we're asking that you grant the motion, adjudicate the defendant guilty, and sentence the defendant to 10 years to do.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, I'm requesting the court consider something other than revocation, or if revocation is going to be imposed at a number less than 10 would be more appropriate. Ms. Johnson would like to address the court, kind of explain her situation. She advised me that her situation recently has actually improved as far as the stability of her personal life. She's had a lot on her plate the last year and a half or so. Has admittedly not performed well on probation, but she would like to address the court and explain it.
All right, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jessica Johnson.
All right, what would you like to say?
Just now that I'm in a better, stable environment, and my dad's health is a little better under control. And I was gonna try to ask for a final chance with probation being in the new county that we've relocated to. Me going away will leave my 18-year-old take care of my dad by himself.
All right, what have you been doing while you've been on probation? Because you have not been reporting.
Yes, ma'am. Well, we did move out to Pipe Creek, Texas. And my dad's health was up and down in the middle of us relocating. So we actually ended up leaving behind, half of our belongings at the old house and not even going back for it because my dad having to have surgery and being in and out the hospital.
Let me ask you this. Did you ever provide the location of the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so because this is your third motion to revoke.
Yes, ma'am.
And the first one, it's
They're still in the same place with my mom that they've been the whole time because of my dad's health being up and down and us relocating. I didn't want to move my mom and them, to one county when we're moving in the middle of.
tell probation you were moving?
No, ma'am.
All right, because the first motion to revoke,
Right.
it was you were to provide proof of residency in Austin
Right.
and follow through on your CPS requirements. Did you complete CPS?
When I contacted them, when I got out, they said that the case was closed and there was nothing else for me to complete or do with them.
All right. Did you do felony drug court in Austin?
No, ma'am. I actually never ended up leaving. They had, my probation officer that I had went on, I don't know if it was a vacation or what, she ended up not coming back and I had got like a new probation officer. So I never even got to actually leave to Austin. They revoked it that time.
All right. Did you complete parenting classes?
No, ma'am, I didn't. With my dad and us moving, I didn't get to start anything. I did sign up while I was in the
So
county waiting.
you've been on probation since September 2021.
Right.
What have you completed?
I haven't got to complete anything else.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying now that I'm in more of a stable environment and situated and my dad a little bit more under control, I would be able to start and do everything that I was supposed to originally do.
All right. The court is finding violations 4, 4 and true. The court is going to grant the motion, find you guilty. Would parties like to speak to time? I know State, you said you're asking for 10 years.
Your Honor, I just think a more moderate sentence would be appropriate for her. She's got a lot on her plate. She's got responsibilities she needs to get back to. I would ask the court to consider a sentence closer to 2 than 10, given the situation.
All right, court will find you guilty, grant the motion, sentence you to 10 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right. You do have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
And counsel, if she would like the therapeutic community, I can recommend that. It doesn't increase the length of time that you're in custody. Would you like that or no?
Yes.
All right. You'll still have to request it yourself. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
This wasn't just another case. This was a slow fall that everyone in that courtroom had already seen coming. At first, it looked like she had been given a real chance. Deferred adjudication, no conviction. A path to fix everything without going to prison, the kind of opportunity most people don't get twice. But then, everything started falling apart. Missed reports, failed drug tests, ignored conditions. Parenting classes never started. Children still not with her. And every time she came back to court, it was for another violation. Excuse after excuse, delay after delay, and still nothing changed. Even when the court gave her another chance, she didn't hold on to it. That's when the pattern became impossible to ignore. Because this wasn't about one bad decision anymore. This was about a cycle she refused to break. The judge saw it clearly. 3 motions to revoke. Months of not reporting. Orders ignored. Responsibilities pushed aside. And in that moment, the courtroom went quiet because everyone knew what was coming. No more second chances. No more adjustments. No more adjustments. No more waiting. The line had finally been drawn. 10 years, prison. Not because she wasn't given opportunities, but because she kept wasting them. Because in the end, the court didn't fail her. She failed every chance the court gave her.